Let's bring in Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, Republican. Yeah, we found one, a Republican from New York. Congresswoman, last year, the MTA got $10 billion from the COVID relief package. They got all that money, and they couldn't get their security cameras to work at those subway stations. What's your response to that?
Well, we have serious questions as to why they weren't working. Is this a widespread problem? And it needs to be fixed immediately. The fact that the NYPD is having difficulty catching this perpetrator is a true testament to the lack of leadership we have at the city and the state level. For the last few years, our leadership in New York has hindered the NYPD. They have made it more difficult for them to do their jobs. And the fact that security cameras are not working in our subways is just part of the problem. The real issue is that, look, under Democrat leadership, the reality is they've attracted crime to our city. We talk about this regularly, and I'm so frustrated because I want my constituents, I want my family to be able to travel around this city, be able to go to work, be able to go to school without being attacked. This may be the most high-profile incident that we're seeing, but the reality is that people are being shoved in front of trains, they are being assaulted, they are being robbed in stations. There's been a 65% increase in transit crimes over this last year, and think about this. Half the ridership right now than it was pre-COVID. Yeah. So if we want to get this economy back, we want to get our city back, we need to be serious about giving the police the tools that they need. Stop taking away their tools and stop making it more difficult for them to do their job.
Well, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, he's blaming the subway shooting on guns. Just watch this, please. Roll tape.
We removed 1,800 guns off our streets in this city. Just think about that in the last 3.5 months, and they keep coming. And so if we don't dam all the rivers that are causing this flow of violence in all the big cities across America, we have a real crisis on our hands.
Okay, crime in New York City subways has spiked more than 68% in the last year. Congresswoman, who do you blame for subway violence? Is it just guns? What is it?
Well, I mean, certainly go after illegal guns. I support that. But what about the people who are being stabbed and raped and robbed and the cars that are being stolen off our streets? What about the people that are being assaulted? You know, it's not just the guns. It is the fact that we are allowing bad people to remain on our streets. The policies that have been put in place by Democrats, and I'm going to be very clear, I don't want to politicize this, but it's a fact. The Democrats have changed the laws in our city and our state to release bad people back onto the streets. The prosecutors don't want to prosecute. You have left-wing judges appointed by our mayors that keep releasing people even when the prosecutors beg for bail. And then you have a parole board appointed by the governor that continues to release cop killers and convicted murderers and rapists. I mean, her own lieutenant governor was part of the defund the police movement, and now it was arrested yesterday. So we have to start being careful about who we're putting in place in leadership positions. And if we want public safety, we need elected officials that are going to support public safety, period. End of story. I mean, don't keep voting for the same people that are putting these policies in place.
Okay, that's the last word, and we'll take it. Congresswoman Malliotakis, thank you very much for being here. Always appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Market still